So the metaverse is upon us, the next stage of internet evolution. So pretty soon, we may no longer be viewing digital content through smartphones or computers, which could be a thing of the past in the future, but we'll be fully immersed into a digital virtual environment and interacting with people all around the world through smart glasses. So like it or not, it's coming, it's going to happen, and it's an $850 billion industry in the next 7 or 10 years. So what are the stocks of businesses that we can invest in to profit from the rise of the metaverse? Let's find out in this video. So what is the metaverse? So unless you've been living under a rock, you should have seen a lot of videos on YouTube or in the media, because everyone is now talking about the metaverse. It's now the new buzzword all around the world. So basically the metaverse is a fully immersive, shared virtual world environment that we access through smart glasses, where our interactions will be multi-dimensional. Like right now, how do we interact with people? We interact through social media. It's two-dimensional, or at the very most three-dimensional in certain online games. But through the metaverse, our interactions will be multi-dimensional, 4D, where users are able to immerse themselves into a digital content rather than just simply viewing it. So for example, think in the future when instead of like a Zoom meeting where you just look at people's faces online, you're in a virtual environment with an avatar, meeting people all around the world in whatever fantastic fantasy location you want to create. Or for example, you could be playing chess with someone across the world, right? Through, again, this immersive environment. So if you remember that movie Ready Player One, it's exactly like that. Where you put on glasses, you're in a virtual world, you can dance with someone halfway across the world. You could go surfing from the desert or anything like that, right? Or the Matrix to a more extreme extent. So the metaverse is going to change the way we work, the way we play, the way we learn. And I don't know about you, but I find it pretty exciting, pretty amazing. So for example, in the future, how would we work? We will no longer just use a laptop or tablet to click on apps, right? But we put on the glasses and the apps would be all around us. It's kind of, remember that show Minority Report with Tom Cruise, where he's like swiping things and expanding things, or even the way Tony Stark does it in Iron Man, where you've got this hologram and he moves things around. That's exactly what's going to happen with the metaverse. Our apps are going to be all around us, and we're going to pull files in and out of our virtual space. Or again, think about meetings in the future, where we'll meet with people all around the world through avatars in any environment that we want. So you won't be surprised that, again, with all this evolution, it may kill things like Zoom right now may be obsolete in the future, or smartphones or tablets could be obsolete in the future. So if companies like Apple or Samsung, they don't pivot to this metaverse in the future, again, their products may be as obsolete as video cassettes in the past, because technology is changing so fast. What's also interesting again is how the metaverse would change the way we play gaming. If again, you can watch a lot of videos on YouTube on the metaverse that's been put up by Facebook, that's renamed itself Meta, all right, where again you can fence with someone from a different country. Right? You put on the glasses, you see their avatar, they see you, and you start fencing. It's gonna be really cool. And education could be fascinating as well. So imagine putting on those smart glasses and you could be within a human body, touching a human heart, seeing how organs interact. You could be in outer space, again, swiping atoms and expanding the universe. And it's gonna be amazing. All right. So again, this is an industry that's projected to be worth close to $1 trillion by 2028. What's interesting is some of the biggest brands in the world are taking this really seriously, and they're now entering the metaverse in their own unique way. So for example, Nike is quietly preparing for the metaverse. They have filed 7 trademark applications to sell virtual branded sneakers and apparel in the metaverse. So again, in this future metaverse, we will have an avatar, and we'll again interact with people all around the world. And if you want your avatar to look cool, you want to buy, Nike sneakers or Nike clothes, Nike hoodies for your avatar. Yeah, Nike's going to sell them to you in the virtual world. So they are now creating all these virtual Nike accessories, and not just Nike, but Gucci. In fact, they've already started. It's not something that's going to happen. They've already started. So Gucci has recently created digital accessories and digital outfits and bags, selling it to people on Roblox. Now, what's Roblox? Roblox is an online gaming environment that is very much metaverse-like, where people are already interacting in this online gaming environment, and they are buying Gucci clothes and trading them and doing virtual shopping, right? In fact, they have this Gucci garden space on Roblox that was open for 2 weeks last month, where they sold these Gucci accessories, Gucci glasses, Gucci bags, Gucci clothes, digital, between $1 to $9. And there are some people who managed to resell them for, get this, they bought it at $4.75, and they then sold this Gucci bag, a digital virtual bag, for $4,000 on this platform. So there's going to be a lot of money. There's going to be millions to be made from the metaverse, just like in the physical environment. And the reason brands and companies are taking this seriously now is because they realize that it's no longer just a trend or a fantasy, it's happening. So entering the metaverse will become a necessity for brands to stay relevant. So what are the stocks of companies that will be essential for creating, building, and maintaining the metaverse, and that will profit from the growth of this new evolution of the internet? Now, there are going to be hundreds of stocks that will benefit from the metaverse, but I'm going to just focus on the main ones, and I've divided them into 3 categories of essential metaverse stocks. So the first category would be companies that are involved in the hardware and the operating system, the software of the metaverse. So these are companies that will create smart glasses. They already have smart glasses, of course, and they are again bringing them to the next level, and they are already in the process of creating the OS, the operating system that's going to drive the metaverse, as well as companies that are involved in building and maintaining the infrastructure of the metaverse through cloud computing. Now, again, there are many companies, but the main ones I'm going to focus on would be, obviously, number one would be Meta. Again, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Facebook has now rebranded itself to be known as Meta. So their ticker symbol, FB, will become MVRS by the 1st of December. So why has Facebook rebranded itself as Meta? Well, it's because it's their strategic vision to be, again, the leading player in the metaverse. Now, they have a pretty good head start over the rest of the competition in terms of hardware, in terms of software, because of the ownership of the Oculus VR headsets and games, which is their virtual reality headset. And now they have partnered with Ray-Ban to create Ray-Ban Stories, which is their latest version of these smart glasses. So they are definitely the ones leading the pack. Now, very close behind and also collaborating with Meta would be Microsoft. So the CEO of Microsoft has also said that they are going to create the enterprise part of the metaverse, where they foresee in the future professionals will meet, collaborate, and work together within this virtual environment using avatars. And Microsoft has also invested in their own HoloLens smart glasses. Next would be Amazon. So Amazon has also announced how they are now going to enter the metaverse. They're going to create a virtual economy, virtual stores that you can visit in the virtual economy. Like, for example, if you want to buy a shirt, a dress, you can have virtual try-ons and so on and so forth. And to build and maintain the infrastructure for the metaverse, you need cloud computing services. And the 2 strongest players would be Amazon Web Services by Amazon and Microsoft's Azure. Well, there is also, of course, Alphabet's web services. So all these would be crucial in, again, building and maintaining the metaverse infrastructure. Okay, so that's one category. Now, the second category would be content creation tools. Remember, the metaverse cannot be created by one company or one person, obviously. It's going to be created by millions of computer programmers and designers and developers all around the world. It's going to be a global collaboration, just like Wikipedia. So for all these people to create content for the metaverse, right, to create real estate and virtual buildings, virtual avatars, you need tools. So which are the companies that provide these tools to create these metaverse environments? So the first would be Autodesk, ticker symbol ADSK. Now, Autodesk is the leading software provider for architects, engineers, and people in construction. So before they build the physical buildings, they use Autodesk software, which is known as AutoCAD, to create these 3D buildings. And recently, Autodesk has created a suite of products that allow computer programmers to create VR and AR 3D buildings and simulations, which is the virtual reality and augmented reality buildings and infrastructure. So again, Autodesk would be a key software tool that people would use to create metaverse environments. So ADSK, we'll look at the stock more in a while. The next stock to look at would be Roblox, ticker symbol RBLX. Roblox is an online gaming platform with currently 164 million monthly active users. So you could go into Roblox and you can build your own game. You can create your own game and you can play games created by other users. And these games are very much like a metaverse game where you have an avatar, you go in there and you can interact with other people, you can sell things to them, you can buy things from them, and there's a local Roblox currency. It's like a virtual economy within this platform. And like you saw earlier on, Gucci actually sold their virtual clothes and bags within this Roblox virtual environment. So it's really, really cool. So the Roblox platform is going to be definitely an essential tool for people who want to create games within the metaverse. All right, so the next stock would be Unity Software, ticker symbol U. The Unity software will also be an essential tool that programmers will have to use to build metaverse-like games, because Unity software, they are a leading 3D video game engine where designers use them to customize how video game players move and interact within their games. In fact, 94 out of the 100 game development studios use the Unity engine. So Unity would definitely be a central player in helping businesses build unique metaverse presences and environments. So they've got, for example, the Unity Pro software and the Unity gaming services tools as well. Now, of course, you've got other video game companies like Take-Two Interactive, you have got Electronic Arts, you have got Metapod. So there are a few other stocks, but these I would say are the main ones. The third category would be semiconductors. You can't run away from semiconductors because semiconductors or chips, semiconductor chips, are the building blocks of any digital economy. So you need lots of semiconductors to power the metaverse. Now again, there are many semiconductor stocks. The first would be semiconductor companies that are designing the high-end chips. And of course, the leaders would be like NVIDIA. And of course, if you've got AMD as well, you've got a couple of others, but NVIDIA would be the leading one in my mind in terms of the high-end chip design. Now, NVIDIA only designs the chips. They don't make the chips. So who makes these high-end chips? Well, 90% of these high-end advanced chips, which are less than 5 nanometers, are made by Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSM, ticker symbol TSM. Now again, you've got other related semiconductor companies as well, like ASML, you've got Applied Materials, you have got Lam Research. So there are many, many more, but I would say that these would be the two leading contenders. So there you go. These are the 8 essential stocks to look at to profit from the rise of the metaverse. By the way, if you want to buy an ETF, there's also a metaverse ETF that you can buy. And the ticker symbol is META. That's the metaverse ETF you can look at. Now, by the way, To be a successful investor is not just about knowing what to buy. Like now you know what to buy, right? But that's not enough. To be a successful investor, there are 4 keys. You must know what to buy, you must know when to buy the shares, you must know how much shares to buy, and finally, you must know when to sell and take your profits. The trouble with a lot of people is they say, yeah, I know what to buy, but they buy at the wrong time. They buy when it's overvalued, when it's overpriced, or they buy when it's overextended. So knowing what to buy is not good enough. You got to know exactly when to buy. So when it comes to investing, for example, you only want to buy shares of these companies only when they are undervalued. For example, currently Meta or Facebook is undervalued, but Nvidia, although it's a great company, but currently Nvidia is overvalued, whereas TSMC, ticker symbol TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing, this company is, I would say, slightly undervalued as well. So you got to know which is undervalued, which is overvalued, because if you buy a good stock that's overpriced, you can lose money as well. So how would you know the true valuation? How do you calculate the intrinsic value? Come to the black market event that will be happening really soon. You can get your free tickets. You can click on the link in the description box to get your free tickets, and I'll talk more about how I calculate the intrinsic value of the different stocks. So again, when do we buy shares of a great company? We buy when it's undervalued and when prices have retraced to a support level on the chart. So again, you have to look at the technical charts to time your entries. It's all about timing your entries right. So again, Nvidia is a great company but overvalued, and the price is currently overextended. You want it to retrace nearer to a support level before you start building a position. Whereas, for example, Meta or Facebook is undervalued and currently at a support level. So some of them I would buy right now, some of them I would wait for a while to buy later when they get more attractive. Now, also bear in mind that there are certain stocks that we do want to invest in, but we could trade them for the short term. Why? See, I only like to invest in companies that are currently making money, so I can calculate their intrinsic value. But there are some stocks that are not making money. They're still losing a lot of money, so I wouldn't be comfortable investing in them, but they could still run really high. So these are the stocks I would like to trade for the short term. So in trading, you have to know where to put a stop loss, you have to know where to put a profit target, and again, how to enter and how to exit with the biggest profits and the lowest risk. And also, how can you use options to limit your risk and maximize your reward? So again, in black market coming up in about a week's time, I'll be sharing with you together with my 2 friends. We'll be sharing with you the different option techniques we can use, like diagonal spreads and credit spreads, to profit from these great metaverse stocks. So for example, be careful because Roblox and Unity are both not making money, right? They are still making losses and they are very overpriced. So I wouldn't invest in them, but I would take a short-term swing trade on these stocks using options, for example. So we'll talk about how to use option strategies to trade these kind of speculative high growth stocks. So learn more about how to invest and trade in these metaverse stocks and other great stocks at Black Market, which is coming up on the 19th to 21st of November. This will be a virtual event with myself and my 2 superstar traders. You can get your free ticket by clicking on the link in the description box below. So I'll see you guys at Black Market, and may the markets be with you.